What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another build episode of the Mercedes DTM. Today's going to be a very cool and a lot of updates happening with the RX7, with this obviously, and the burnt cars, so stay tuned and enjoy the video. And I just want to show you guys the damage of the warehouse fire that 4 of our cars were in, and God, I don't know what to say, just look at this. So here, unfortunately, is my juiced up, basically spec Boxster with a bigger engine in it. So I got spec Boxster on steroids, and I guess what's left of it. So as you guys can see, this car is 100% totaled. I mean, look at all this. The plexiglass windshield is a part of the dash now, and the steering wheel is obviously part of the dash as well. And I was looking to see if the engine was salvageable, but I took a closer look and it's so cooked in there. I mean, for those of you who know, when any car really is exposed to this amount of heat, you can kiss the wiring harness goodbye, and it's just not safe. It's just not safe at all to even risk, going 130 miles an hour through a turn, like turn 9 at Willow. And honestly, man, it's not even the car itself that really sucks. It's just dude, me and my brother spent 2 freaking years building 4 of these things, and because it's not a base spec Boxster where all the information's out there, with more power in the back, you gotta adjust, different stuff. So I'm just, me and Brandon, my brother, going back and forth from the track, trying this, trying that, adjusting this, adjusting that. And then right when we were just about at the point where dude, okay, this car is pretty solid, this happens. And I'm a deep believer in, everything in the world happens for a reason, but I've yet to figure it out, the benefit of this happening. Ah, man, dude. Okay, next, guys, is the drift car. The 370 with the 2JZ swap, probably besides the buses, the most expensive car in terms of just pure parts cost that we have on this car. So George, the guy who built this car, actually came down here to give us an estimate of how much it would cost to fix it. And well, basically, it's f***ed. Now, you may just look at the car compared to obviously the Boxster we just saw, and you say, hey, it just looks a little dirty. Maybe it just needs a little bit, some TLC to clean up a bit. That's what I thought. But then George was showing me a bunch of stuff underneath the skin, the whole wiring harness is f***ed. The turbo's leaking of God knows what. And remember, this entire cabin was filled with whatever the fire department uses, water and foam or whatever the hell it is. So again, I can't say too much on this car because we are in an active lawsuit, but just know it's probably not coming back. And when I know more and can legally say more, I'll let you guys know. But for now, it's gonna stay over there probably for at least a couple months. And guys, really quickly, we got some kind of sad news about the RX7 right there. So let's get it uncovered and talk about it really quickly before we go back to the build. Never gets old. Alright guys, we got the car here, we got a camera, so that could only mean one of 2 things. Fancy photo shoot or taking pictures to, yes, sell the car. Alright guys, just a heads up, this is gonna be a little bit of a minute or 2 rant. So please just hang in there. Please listen to it. It'll make sense if you listen to the whole thing. I'll try to chop it up and make it as short as possible, but yeah, please hang in there. So let's talk really quickly what my thought process is and why I have to sell this thing. And yes, it does have something to do with that guy right over there. Not necessarily to finish the build, but you'll see what I'm talking about. All right guys, so why are we selling the FD? Well, as mentioned before, it has something to do with the DTM Mercedes build right behind this car, but not necessarily to finish the car. So what I mean by that is the funds to finish it are completely put to the side and ready to go. But what funds are still needed is actually for you guys. So what do I mean by that? So the whole point of the DTM build is, yes, to build a super cool looking car, but also I want to make a sick body kit available for you guys. So, and I've noticed that like all these body kits out there are like for modern cars, which are expensive, you know. And when I say expensive, like let's just take the Supra for example. It's still like 30, 40 grand before you even get to the point of modifying, right? That's not really affordable, and if you are gonna do it, it's kind of a little hefty responsibility financially on your side. Compared to the C43, I mean, dude, I bought that thing for $3,000. It has a V8 in it. Now, you can also get just the base version of that car, which is like, what is it, like the C300 or something like that, which you can literally pick up for like $1,000 to $2,000, and then just swap the engine out. And it is a direct, just take it out and put the V8 in. Very, very straightforward. And the V8s for that thing, like the 5.0s, the 5.5s, are a couple $100. Couple hundred, not a couple $1,000. So, you see where I'm going with this thing? I want to make a sick body kit, which has that takes inspiration from a real car that existed in the 90s, the Mercedes W202 DTM, and make it affordable for you guys. And I'm not saying I'm gonna make some Alibaba cheap shit body kit. You guys will see it. So the whole point of my car is to make it as a demo car for you guys, so you can physically see and touch the body kit before you guys buy it. And then it will be available in the obviously more affordable fiberglass. And if you ballers out there, I know some of you already messaged me wanting to do carbon fiber. We can do that too. And I just want to make it like fairly priced for everybody. You guys don't have to deal with the import fees, the shipping fees, the inland fees, the duty fees, the fees of just picking up the freaking thing from Long Beach, dude. I mean, the fees are absolutely ridiculous. Like, I know some of you guys out there, like, you're saving up for your body kit, you see that price on that website, and if it is coming from overseas, you're not taking into consideration all these fees that will and can screw you. And US Customs has no empathy. They don't care if you get. So yeah, guys, kind of a sad thing to talk about here, but I look at it as one, a stepping stone that, tough decisions need to be made. So if this car is still available when this video goes up, it will be listed for $60,000. I'm gonna try Facebook Marketplace first, see how it goes, and if it's not still available, then that's a good thing. You know what I mean? That means we're going all out on this guy right there. Oh man, this is sad. All right, let's do one last B-roll to kind of salute this thing goodbye, and yeah, let's go. Guys, a quick rundown of exactly what I did so far and what we still have to do. So thank God this engine is in really, really good condition. It only has about, I think, like 40 or 50,000 miles, and compression is great. I made a previous video when I got this car about the compression, and I've replaced so far everything on the front side that can be replaced was replaced. As you see, the coloration looks a little newer here. Belts, tensioners, pulleys, mounts, all that good stuff. And then, just making the car look a little bit more presentable, because, I had this weird shit on it. So just gonna paint this, and this gray, and then obviously clean all this shit up here. And I'm not gonna film this part of the process of, doing the valve covers, the seals, because I already showed it with that side. The spark plugs. So pretty much just imagine that, but on the other side. It's pretty straightforward. If you need help or don't know what to do, and if you have one of these cars, just look on a previous episode of when I did that. All right, guys, I think I just messed something up. So as you guys just saw, I took out the top half of the intake right there. The bottom half is still in there because it's hard to take out. So I went ahead and, you know, used common sense, and I was like, okay, well, that's easier to take off, so let's just split the two in half. Nope, shouldn't have done that. So I found out on the internet, because I was trying to find the seal, the replacement seal for this, right in there, just like the valve covers, and there is no such thing. Apparently, you can't buy that from Mercedes, and no one else makes it, so you just gotta do it yourself. So the only solution is get yourself some gasket maker, but you have to be careful, because if it ends up like that, you do not want that, because remember, that will be inside the intake, and the intake is, yes, sucking in air. So the last thing you want to happen is a little piece of that gets sucked up into the intake and into the engine, and well, you probably can guess what happens next. There's a tip for you guys. If you guys are doing this, don't split it like I did. Just take out the whole manifold. Yes, that's a little bit more difficult, but at least this is just one more thing I have to do now. Okay guys, and just like that, the engine is fully serviced and complete. Just gotta plug in some loose ends here, like the wires, and I'm just waiting to do that because I gotta service and change the seal on that injector right there. But as you can see, it looks much better than before. The rest is just like dirt and grime that you gotta clean up with some elbow grease, but check it out. Fully serviced, full top end, all seals, all pulleys, all vacuum hoses are new. So yeah, now we get to the fun part and start tearing out the body panels. But of course, we're on YouTube here, so that's gotta be for another video, guys. So hope you're enjoying the build so far. Get yourself a Cascade flannel. Winter and fall are coming up, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.